one of the most challenging things you have had to overcome so far as a CEO, or that you guys had to overcome when you were a CEO?
Well, I was back through a time period where Hussmann had a lot of landlords. We went from pet to da. And sometimes it was being an operations guy, not heavy into the chairmanship type of thing. That wasn't me.
Yeah.
That was a little tricky to work, especially when we went public and we had to go on road shows. And I was talking to financial analysts. They really didn't care about Hussmann.
Yeah.
They did care about numbers, and they had their models for a business, and they put numbers in it, and out comes something. Well, that isn't what we're about.
Yeah.
So that was tricky. That was tricky for me anyway.
I could see that would be a challenging process anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure. Denny, how about you?
Well, I'd say probably the most challenging thing for me was to get this company separated from what was unfortunately a bad marriage, and for a lot of reasons, both ours and the parent company at the time. But it was clear to me that we had no future in the place we were at, and we were fortunate enough to find somebody who trusted us to do what we felt we needed to get done. And Sarah, you're here for that reason, and Tim and others. We were in bad shape here. Our market share was started with a 3, not a 5. And we spent a lot of time trying to figure out what it meant for us to be a team again, and what our values needed to be able to live and go forward. And I think it's probably the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life. And I've had a couple of great projects working for Larry. I was in business and product development. Larry, I used to laugh all the time because it always seemed like whenever we had to do something tough, there'd be a couple guys in the room, and it was always Larry and I, and usually Wes Myers or not. And we would, we'd figure it out. But I think those experiences are things that make you better as an individual. You learn so much going through those things.
You do. Tim, most challenging?
Yeah, so I think I can answer that one fairly easily, but the world
bet.
of COVID has actually been a little bit of a complexity to manage and to keep the business going through, and as well as to make sure we make the right moves, not only on behalf of the Hussmann in the business, but also on the employee side. So
absolutely.
It's been a challenge, and still is a little bit of a challenge, but light is at the end of the tunnel here.
Yeah, for sure.